This is the Mikes and Beers Podcast.
Welcome back, guys, to another exciting episode of Mikes and Beers. As always, I am CraftWoody, right beside Samantha R.Q. Luxton, where this lovely podcast, we have our mics are super hot, our beers are nice and cold, and how you doing today?
Oh, I think my mic is probably like lukewarm. It's tepid at most.
It's tepid. My beard just came out of it.
Tepid mic and a cooler beer. Yes. I like that I already showed it, but yeah.
That's okay, because you know what, Sam? We're not going to do things to what people want us to do. We're not your monkeys. We're not your clowns. We don't jump up and down. Actually, yeah,
to whoever's watching,
or
listening,
all three viewers. Fuck, I'm
going with one. I feel like it's just one person. Hopefully, it's a lovely person that actually likes us and not just listening to us because they think we're just stupid or something. I don't know.
Don't care. A view is a view, and just like that, a beer may not always be a beer, but we love them anyways. Let's get right into ours, Sam.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
you
good.
Start, because screw it. We said this is just a day where we don't have the bag of tricks.
I don't have my bag, my mystery bag, because it was out of commission, as you would know, Woody. It needs to be laundered. I don't know what happened to it, but it needs to be laundered. So I have no cooler. I have just this beer, which is also the same beer that I had last time. So it's, again, the passion fruit guava flavored kettle sour from Sawdust Brewery. Sawdust City Brewery, sorry. And yeah, so if you listened to the last podcast or watched the last podcast, you know my opinion on this. I like this beer. And I also didn't go shopping, so that's why I'm using it again.
We're poor people. Guess what? We are low income.
We are poor, and we also have other things we have to do. And then suddenly it's like, let's do a podcast, flying by the seat of our pants.
Pretty much. The beer budget has been spent already, and it's the 2nd of August. Let's timestamp this. Who cares? I don't. We're fucked. I don't know how we're going to get through the next couple of weekends, but for those that are wondering with the cooler, first-time listeners, we have it where Sam just basically has a little random cooler. That way she's not picking in advance. It's a fun little twist.
It's fun. Yeah. I got a bunch of them in there usually, but this time just one, and also no cooler. So sorry. I don't know if you're going to just say unsubscribe or, stop viewing or something, but
unsubscribe because of this. When I was over at your place, because, we're following safe distance, masks are on, but your wonderful person that you live with offered me a beer, and we went into the cupboard of all places, which is atrocious to keep beer, because that's where your cooler was. And when we picked it up, it was a soggy mess. It had. I have no idea
what happened.
I would put money it's the condensation. All the condensation from the beer you might have had, it was disgusting.
Why did it smell like vinegar? What did you do? Did you pee on it? You probably peed on it.
No, mine doesn't taste like, mine doesn't smell like vinegar taste like vinegar.
Taste that.
But no,
I don't open my mouth for the golden shower.
I would not urinate on your cooler bag, because that's that's bad. It's not good. I'd rather pee on.
Are you asserting dominance? What is this?
I don't know. I'd pee on your pillow before I pee in your cooler.
Is that why my pillow was wet?
No, you're a drooler, my dear. I'm sorry.
That's actually very true, actually.
That's just the best out of us. I'm a drooler. You're a drooler. Yep. I'm sure the Pope drools. It's just one of those things. Everybody's cool with it.
Exactly.
But yeah, your cooler was absolutely mangled, disgusting, and I'm glad you just picked the first thing that came out of your fridge, just kind of like what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought to myself, what's always fun, men and women, anybody on this earth? Sometimes we just want a fat tug. And if you're watching on YouTube here, this can.
You're finally drinking it.
Yep, literally says Fat Tug IPA from Driftwood Brewery. And I'm just going to quickly check where they are from. Victoria, BC. Yeah, it's not a traditional Ontario craft beer that we normally do. But my God, the beer is called Fat Tug. And if that doesn't make you immaturely smile or laugh, then, guys, it's okay. It's hilarious. It's Fat Tug. And people are just like, what is it? Is it phallical? No, nothing phallical about it. I actually like the play on words. It's just a tiny little tugboat sitting on top of the word fat and just in an ocean. But that big emphasis on Fat Tug is kind of like, because I was in the LCBO with you when I got it, and it was just hilarious.
Yep.
So let's open her right up. Let's get into her.
Let's get into it.
Nobody cares what yours tastes like. We know about it. So
exactly. I'll just say it tastes great.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love our little gimmick that we do. It's one thing that we love to do. That sound is just, that doesn't wake you up and make you feel good. I don't know what does. Just going to give it a little bit of head. Oh, no, I poured that like a friggin' goof. Yeah. I poured it like a goof. I don't even want to show it on camera. I was trying to do what you do, Sam, and I was like, oh, it's not even bubbling. It's looking good. Oh, my God. This is atrocious. Look at this. That's half head. That's half head. No, I got to try to pour it. No, it won't happen. Oh, look at that, though. Just enough of a head on her. That's disgusting.
And in case anyone was actually wondering, no, we are not professional beer tasters, nor are we professional beer pourers.
Hold on a second. I'm actually a really good beer pourer, but I was just being cocky and stupid. I was like, okay, it's not bubbling up a bit, so I'm going to pour the beer up, not tilt the glass. And God said you're an idiot for doing that. Yeah, of course it was a rookie mistake. Actually, I wouldn't say it's a rookie mistake. It's a cocky veteran move. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I got to wait. I would love to tell you guys that Fat Tug is a fantastic beer with a fantastic name. But there's such thing as too much head. And a guy could be like, oh, no, there's not. Pretty freaking good to me. No, because after a while, you just slink right back down because there's no blood left in there. And just like this, there's no beer in there. It's just all foam. I got to wait for this stupid thing to come down. We haven't had a pause like this since 62. I don't even know what happened then.
I know, right? And just so everyone knows, if you see a guy who's talking out of the side of his mouth, maybe not sleep with him.
No, okay, hold on. Why my beer goes down? Because let's talk about if someone was talking like that the entire time, it wasn't their style, but for whatever reason, he wanted to be Mr. Party Man, Mr. Funny Guy. That's how he got your attention. For those watching on YouTube, you can see lower jaw shifted to the left or the right, just saying, hey there, fella, like an old 50s talker. Mm-hmm. If he was smoking, he is just drop dead gorgeous. Would shallowness come into effect where it's like, okay, your weird little way to get my attention through talking and that jokey voice? I can look past it because, holy God, you are just drop dead gorgeous. Is that a thing, or is it just like, that's too much, you're coming on too strong?
Yeah, well, see, I'm not really the greatest person to ask because I find I have like weirder tastes. And the thing is that I just remember like just grow, and it's one of those things. I'm going to say this, and you're going to be like, "Who hurt you?" But when I see someone who is so utterly attractive, I am immediately turned off. Like so turned off. I don't like someone who is just, and like, I mean, if Justin was listening to this right now, he's like, "Well, thanks." He'd be like, thanks, I'm glad you like me. Clearly, I'm not just so drop dead gorgeous, utterly attractive kind of person. But he is.
But
I'm confused. The thing is that when and this is horrible because I'm stereotyping. But when I see someone who is so attractive, I think you're going to treat me like shit.
Wow, you think stereotyping?
Yeah. I'm just like, you're going to treat me like shit because you are so gorgeous you can literally get anyone else. And if I don't oblige by whatever you want, then you're just going to be like, bye, going to someone else who's probably better and prettier and smarter or something. I think that's a combination of stereotyping and my low self-esteem.
Yes and no. It's a shame to think because I can think back, and anybody who's listening, you know what? We all went to high school. There are those kind of the jocks, the preps, the so-called popular kids that, yeah, if you don't think that happens, yeah, there's some assholes out there that pull that kind of crap. And yeah, unfortunately, Sam, I get where you're coming from to an extent. I would have been very similar, especially in high school. Best looking girl in the school comes up to me. I'm in it. I'm going for it. Sure, let's take a shot. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, why now? What? Well, this is odd.
Yeah, what's happening right now? It's kind of like, I've seen Carrie. I don't need to actually get the pig's blood poured on top of me.
But if you're telling me if Chris Hemsworth comes up to you, he's drop dead gorgeous. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody says no, he's not, I'd be like, okay, yeah, no, you're intelligent. You got to be saying, yeah, man, I'll take a swing. Like, I'm going for you. Or is there someone like, does he not even fit that standard?
See, the thing is, it's just, okay. So like, this was all like, yeah, it's mostly about like kind of the high school thing. Like you see someone in high school and you think that they're gorgeous and stuff. And I think it's more of the cockiness. If they also know that they're gorgeous, it's kind of like, okay, no. So in terms of Chris Hemsworth, I still again, this is me. This is my awesome, just self-confidence, self-esteem and stuff like that. I think that he is a gorgeous man. And if for some reason he suddenly is attracted to me, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's okay? That you're doing something. I don't like this. Like, I just nope, not gonna happen.
I'm kind of on board with you, just the previous part before you got into the Chris Hemsworth part. So it's not just looks. Like, if a person is somehow a 10 out of 10 or a 9.9, if their ego matches that number in regards to their looks, then yeah, absolutely, that's a huge turnoff. I'm the same way. I could have a complete beautiful girl or beautiful guy can come up to you, like just very handsome, everything. If your ego and that, like you said, that cockiness is up around that, like where you think your looks are, it's like, oh no, no, like you might still be a one night stand to me, but oh my God, nothing else. Like, I don't think I want to deal with you for much longer. You just prick. But hey, Sam, the head's gone down. I might as well just try this really quick because that's kind of
this was kind of like the whole breezeway before you actually got to try your beer. So yeah. Let's
get into Mike's and Beer's gimmick, where we try a beer, tell you about it in our own stupid way, and then we go right into our topic. All right, the Fat Tug.
Did you enjoy your Fat Tug?
Huh.
No,
it's not bad,
but it's not great.
And this is where I'm torn. So it is a 7. It does clock in at 7%. It is labeled as a strong beer. It does got. I'm just reading the can because I'm trying to get to the point, guys, where we joke. I am not a beer taster. I've actually tried to follow some people on Instagram, listen to guys on YouTube and whatnot.
What, trying to get some tips?
Yeah, well, and that's just it. So I'll actually watch them. Like, there was a couple of guys. One guy out of Montreal. I've liked his stuff. He's tasted some Chronicle stuff. So I was like, okay, I actually want to listen to everything because I've drank all Chronicle beers. I love that everybody knows. Hell, you guys watching, you can see my glass says Chronicle Brewery from Bowmanville. We love it. It's our hometown brewery. So and then Sam, there you go, girl. How you doing? I've been trying to understand where they're getting their flavors from, how to really pick them out of the crowd, basically. So I'm not there yet, and it's fine. Hey, we get to points. We get better with trying. That's the same with us in podcasting. It took us a bit. We went at it with our own jobs. Anybody can tell you, hey, working out, going, whatever you got to do. It takes time. So in this one says ample malt buoyancy. This hop monster dwells in the deep. Yeah, okay. So it's not the greatest description in the world. What I do taste in this, when they're saying there's an abundance of hops, not an abundance of hops, of malt, but I do get that rich IPA taste, that hoppiness to it. I don't know. It's one of those things where it tastes like a strong IPA, a little bit of haze to it and everything. Like I said, trying to learn the lingo, trying to learn to pick, but the name is what got me. And
well, yeah, because you're a child and you're just like, I'm gonna drink the Fat Tug. And do you realize what that means? You are drinking the Fat Tug.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with it. It's one I'm like. When I have craft beers now, and when I try anything, I find that even if it's good or bad, doesn't matter if it's drinks, food, activities. I'm happy to do it. It could be shit in general, but you know what? I like the experience. So this is what I would say with this one. Fat Tug from BC, sure. I'd probably have you again. I'm not going to go out and buy a 6-pack. Or I'm going to buy a 12-pack. That's going to be the sole thing in my beer, in my fridge. That's going to be the majority of it. No, it's good, but you're not going to be the majority shareholder in the old fridge. But anybody else, like what I try to do for any craft brewery, doesn't matter if it's Ontario or across Canada somewhere, represent the Maple Leaf, represent, your small town breweries, get out and try it if you can, because you got to be immature sometimes. I mean, people are just like,
absolutely.
Because I had one girl, and I got another Instagram person, and she posted, it's not good can art doesn't make good beer. True, but great can art and a good name definitely makes you want to open it. And that's what it is. That's how you attract.
I think we talked about this last time it was one of our previous episodes where we talked about the can art. And it is what attracts you to the beer at first. Like, it's just like, this looks really interesting. I'm going to try this. Whereas if you have something that's just like, blah, like, why do I want to try? It's kind of like, it's the whole, and I think I said this last time too, you don't fall in love with someone's personality from across the room, you know? At some point there has to be some kind of attraction physically. So yeah, it's all about the attraction physically. That's why I love this one, because it's pink and it's beautiful.
There you go. Hey, you know what? That's just Mike's and Beer's unpopular opinion when it comes to checking people out, getting to know people. Whatever sparks that. Hey, it's usually physical. It's that physical attraction. It is looks. Personality's great. Personality's going to reel you in a lot quicker. It's going to keep you around. But looks gets you into the.
Gotta have the looks. You gotta, yeah.
And so how the hell am I dating someone? I don't know.
I don't know either. I actually sometimes I ask Catherine if she's like, I'm just like, are you being held against your will?
No, she's just a goddamn saint.
Just blink 3 times at me. I'm just like, oh God, we gotta go. Maybe
I'm living what you said earlier. She's just so goddamn attractive, and she's with me. I'm like, huh. Now after this conversation, now I gotta talk to her. Like, what are you pulling here? Is this the long game? Is this just some big con in the end? You're trying to get my savings account. Like, you really just want me to give you $100? That's all I got. What are you in this for? That's what I'd be in for. Just $100. My life savings. $100 in a Charms blow pop. Like, let's be honest. Ooh. Okay. Here's a question. $5 or a Charms blow pop? That's a hard one. Yeah. So they're good blow pops. Although if I have the $5, I can buy a bunch of Charms blow pops. Well, at least 2. So I'll take the $5. Yeah. So I can go get some more Charms blow pops. Yeah. Oh, I thought they were more expensive. So then I should have just said in our Canadian lingo, a toonie, which is $2, or a blow pop. Yeah. I would take the Charms blow pop, because a toonie might get you a nice gumball, but holy crap, how good is this gumball? Like 25 cents will get you a gumball. 10 cents. It won't. Not anymore. With inflation today, it's 2021. Get with it. Kiss my butt. They still have those gumball machines for $0.25. You're going to shake your head at me. Are you telling me that, you know what, screw our topic right now. We'll get to it. You're going to look me dead in the eye and say that gumballs aren't $0.25 anymore, that you can't find those gumball machines or any of those little candy machines still floating around and stupid. I think they're $1. I think they're $1 at this point. No, for the little toys, little things in those dispenser things. Yeah, those are $1. Not the friggin' candy. I don't know, dude. Try and find one. God. Try and find one. That's your dumb unpopular opinion. So I want on the Mike's and Beers Instagram, I want you to when you find one, if you can find one, take a picture of it, see if it actually because I remember when they were a nickel. I don't. Really? You don't? They were really a nickel? And that rotating. They were a nickel because it had the dispenser flap. Yeah. It actually had the beaver on it. I didn't know that. I always thought they were $0.25. I'm talking about Canadian Tire. This is very Canadian right now. I'm talking about Canadian Tire, and there's a beaver on it, which means it took a nickel. Okay. Yep. The only cheap candies I can remember way back in the day were 1-cent gummy bears, usually at hockey arenas. Like, this was early 90s. We are aging ourselves. Yeah. Guess what, guys? We're millennials. We were born in the 90s. Early 90s, respectively, for both of us. But yeah, I think it was like 95. I might have been a time, or 96. Mm-hmm. You could go to a hockey arenas, and if you're lucky, you get the 1-cent gummy bears. So friggin' right, you'd rack up. Absolutely. Now your parents wouldn't give you much. They might just give you $1 to get a couple of candies, or give you even a $0.25, because a $0.25 would have got you 5 candies. Exactly. They were nickel. Oh, it's awesome. Shit, I miss that kind of nostalgia. Where's that stuff still? Now it's like $1 for a gummy bear. I know, right? I remember it was I would get a loonie from my parents to go to the Orno Arena. Yeah. That's where I figure skated, even though, like, I mean, come on, like, look at me. I'm not I don't look like a figure skater, but I was a figure skater at one point or another. And my parents would give me a loonie, and I would buy a slush puppy. People are like, what the fuck is a loonie? What is a toonie? What the hell are you guys talking about? My parents would give me $1. Yeah. And I would get a slushie, but a slush puppy. And if you don't know what that is, we can't help you. Here in Canada, we had some cool shit. Our money was cool. Our food was cool. Our arenas were awesome.
Our arenas were awesome. I went, what was it? We're now doing this. I went last year in the winter. I went, did like the public skating at the Orno Arena. I'm just like, oh my God. I remember this when I was like 10.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit more nostalgia for us with it. Not only did we get to play there, for anybody who follows actually the NHL and who used to watch it around 20, trying to think of his career, it would have been 2011, maybe to 2014, 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Bickle of the Chicago Blackhawks was an Orno boy. No matter what, I remember Don Cherry actually got it wrong one time and a few other things in NHL, even the video games. Because what the hell is Orno, Ontario, Canada? It's a very small town. But he played in our arena growing up. That's where he made his start. That's where I made my start in hockey. That's where Sam had her start in figure skating. So it's kind of cool. We can look back at how that prestigious arena in its own sense. But no, I like that arena more for the friggin' candy and that shitty water fountain.
Oh my God, that water fountain. Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Sam, if anybody ever went to a hockey arena, you know exactly what type, not even what type, it's what flavor the water was. Everybody knows what some dirty old water fountain in an arena tastes like. God, was it good.
And as a child, you would get those water fountains, and like, I mean, they're supposed to kind of like loop up and around, and you're just supposed to be able to like, some of them just kind of trickle out. And as a child, who didn't just like put their mouth on the thing?
I did not.
Oh, well then you were a weird child.
I was a weird
child. I don't know.
No, I know a lot of people who used to do that. I was just germ conscious. I guess that's the most political and nicest way to put it. I was very germ conscious back in the day where I didn't like that shit. I didn't want to put my mouth on a dirty friggin' water. Because I think I listened to my parents when they said, ooh, that's gross. I was like, all right, it's gross. I'm not friggin' doing that. I wash my mouth sometimes. Sorry. Those on watch on YouTube, you'll get a kick. Because sometimes I was joking about the side mouth talking, and I just catch myself once in a while when I go kind of like this. I don't know if you can see it too quick, Sam. You'll see one side of my face kind of just go up like this really quick. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm an idiot.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to deny that.
But hey, that's just an unpopular opinion.
We're going to go back to that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm Segway City. Try to
exactly.
Eventually get back to what we were going to talk about. But because it's fun. I think we did an episode about this. It was Unpopular Opinions. If you guys remember going back to previous episodes, we probably should remember what number it was, but oh well, who cares? It was back when we had TJ, our third man. You can see on my t-shirt here. If you want a great t-shirt like this, by the way, we're going to do a little sponsor ad. Go to jbirddigitalarts.com, hit up Jay. I mean, if our product doesn't look good, he didn't do his job, and that's his motto. He's a great guy. We appreciate everything he did. But yeah, we had all three of these lovely individuals that you see on my shirt here on the podcast, and I gave them all my unpopular opinions, whether it was food, movies, TV related. I think we had a blast about it because you really get to understand that friends have different opinions, and it's okay. We still love each other at the end. But holy God, can some people just be wrong with their opinions? And I know going back to the pineapple on pizza arguments, going to ketchup on Kraft dinner. I've heard, the old thing with TV, like Seinfeld and Friends, very overrated. These are things I don't believe in, but unpopular opinions. So, Sam, I thought, even though we're missing our third man, maybe later down the line, a couple podcasts down, we do another segment like this. But and even before we get fully into it, not even just bring a third man like TJ, I almost want to get back into guests. And we can talk about that before we end this, because I would like to talk to you guys as well as Sam for the first time. But you know what? It could be an unpopular opinion. So let's get right into the ones that we want to talk about. And I thought I'd start with food. I'm going to look off to the side here because I got my notes, because why the hell would I memorize anything? That's stupid. What I ended up doing, instead of me coming up with them today, I actually found a list. So it looks like this site took a poll, looked into it a little bit, and they broke it down into different segments or different categories. And these people just said these were unpopular opinions. You tell me if they're right or wrong, but Sam, for right now, I just want your opinion.
Okay.
First one.
You really, really want my opinion?
Not really, because normally it doesn't match mine, so it can't be right. But, that's just because we don't agree doesn't mean we don't love each other. But, yeah, we hate each other.
Opposites attract.
I asked you out about 3 or 4 times, and every time I got slapped saying, you're not in my league.
Yeah. How many times when did I tell you to get out of my house?
Uninvited or invited in?
Yeah, I know, right? All the time. It's not even my house, and I'm still just like, get out.
Yeah, pretty much every
It'll
time.
be your house, and I'll still tell you to leave.
Yeah, and you're right. That's not an unpopular opinion. That's just, I deserve it. I talked.
Yep.
Shit.
Exactly. Don't do it again.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways. Anyway. You've delayed much too long.
I want to start off with a very dumb one, where it really tests this individual's intelligence when they say, barbecue is not good. I do not want to eat something sweet for my meal. And then I sighed. Sam, you want to break that one down? Is that a good opinion, or is that just so unpopular it's stupid?
It doesn't have to be sweet.
I've never had sweet barbecue.
I mean, I've had it where like there is a sweetness to like a barbecue sauce with like a pork chop or something.
Yeah.
And there is like a bit of a sweetness sometimes with ribs, the way that it but it's all about preference. You don't have to make it sweet. You could make it spicy. You can make it whatever you want. The world's your oyster when it comes to food.
Yep. And that's why, Sam, you got it. I don't get the sweetness. Like, I get the brown sugar. You could add it to a, I forget the term. But either way, I find when it comes to barbecue, it tastes smoky. There's a bit of spice to it. There's a bit of kick. It's rich. It's wonderful. When I read that, I was like, are they insinuating dessert? But I think it's not even just an unpopular opinion. I think it's stupid. That's just my final
I think it is too, because you clearly are like, okay, I'm thinking of like those
set her off.
I know, right? It really is. I'm thinking about like those barbecue like restaurants or something like that. Like I can't think of any. Like, I mean, I'm thinking the Rib Fest.
Yeah.
The fact that you think that all they do is offer you sweet barbecue, you are so mistaken. You can order literally anything, and then if you're going to,
Sorry, Sam. I keep trying to talk over you. I'm an idiot.
It's okay. Well, you want my opinion, and you won't let me speak. This is classic Woody.
I'm a fucking wanker. I apologize. I'm just shutting up. My mic's off.
No, but it's just, if you're ordering from somewhere like clearly, and you don't like the sweetness, then clearly you're not ordering from the right place. And if you're making it yourself, then don't put sweet on it. Like, it's not. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the fact that they're just like, I don't want sweet. I was like, you don't have to have sweet.
No, and I think we can say this person overgeneralized. They probably had it once, didn't like it. They're using the wrong sauce. But hey, you're wrong. Let's move on.
I'm just gonna interject right there. I hate it when someone tries something just once and says never again, never will, never whatever. And
okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, because I'm just like, your taste buds change over time. Like, you should still be like kind of trying new things and stuff. I still can't do pickles because I can't get past the smell. So I can't.
And I know you've tried them multiple times.
I try. I'm just like, I'm gonna try it, and then I smell it. I'm just like, well, nope, can't do it. So one day I might see one or smell one and be like, that doesn't smell bad. I will try it. It might make me vomit, but I will try it.
And that's your unpopular opinion, girl. You get at it. But I kind of, these first two I thought you'd appreciate. So the barbecue one, we both admit that person. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Next one, this person had the audacity, because I know that this relates to you. People drink gin because it is trendy. So they're trying to call you a trendy hipster because
it's gin.
And I see you hemming and hawing. I really thought you were going to different way. Sam, what are you thinking?
Okay, so the thing is I can see it. If you don't like gin, you don't like gin, because gin tastes like it's juniper. So it tastes like a goddamn tree. Yeah, it has like this woody and no one likes the taste of wood.
Well, that's my fiance. She's been with me for 5 years.
Okay.
Okay. I don't care who you are. I'm laughing on the inside immaturely.
I know you are. Yeah. No, but I can see like how I'm going back to the topic, because I'm an immature adult and I don't know who you are. Yeah, so I can see that. I can see if someone doesn't like, but I wouldn't say that you only like it because it's trendy. Because then I would say the same thing about like coffee and stuff like that. Like people only drink it because it's trendy and everyone else is drinking it.
Craft
Which
beer.
isn't the case because some people love coffee. So have at it. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just saying too, when you said that, I just like, oh, craft beer is another. I don't think it's about trend setting, because you're right. I've had gin before. It's like licking a goddamn tree. I hate it.
Like licking a cedar or something, or juniper, technically. Yeah. Just make juniper tea.
But trendy, Sam. So we have a fairly large social group, we can say. We're not going to get in numbers. I know at one point in time
we had friends.
Yeah. And our big, like, we called them shenanigans. It was just our big party where everybody, it wasn't just like a quote unquote core people we see all the time. It was people we see once in a while. It was just a chance for everybody to come together. So that was around, I'm going to say at max, we had about 30 to 35 people. Like, we've had some pretty big shindigs. Oh, yeah. Not fucking one of them was a gin drinker that night. I know you would, and people would not mind a gin and tonic, but that was never a go-to. So that's why I'm kind of wondering if that's what this person means. Because if people call it trendy, for our social group, even my own family, if I think of my own friends, family, I commit everybody, even colleagues, I work with everyone. I know my brother enjoys a gin and tonic, but it's not his go-to. He's a craft beer guy like myself, and then he likes his domestic beers. He then goes to whiskey, not whiskey, scotch, and then gin. My mom is also another person who enjoys gin and tonic, but she would go wine, beer, cocktails, and then gin and tonics. So I'm saying this person's completely off basis on this one.
This person clearly. So this is my go-to gin drink. Now, to be honest though, it's not my first choice. Like, I'm not like, I'm going out with people and stuff, and I'm not just like, yes, I'm going to drink some gin. Mainly because it's not my favorite, but also because I have drank gin before, and it didn't treat me right the next morning. Which kind of like really just kind of traumatizes you a little bit. So my go-to gin drink though is Hendrick's Gin, the Fever Tree Tonic, and Sprig of Rosemary. And don't tell me that's not refreshing, because that is a good drink.
Well, I can tell you that's not refreshing because I never had it, so I don't know. But that's
try it, and don't tell me it's not refreshing, because it is.
Okay, and that might be an unpopular opinion. We'll have to get that to another time. So this next person, and it's a two-parter, and you'll see the first part I agree with.
Okay.
Fruit should never be warm. Fruit cobblers, crumbles, and pies are travesties. And I was like, oh, buddy, you almost had me on your side. I was like, yeah, you heat up a strawberry or raspberries or something like that and just eat out of a dish. That's friggin' weird. But you're going to have the audacity to say cobblers, crumbles, and pies are travesties. Sam, kill him. Kill him.
No, so it was funny when you said that it shouldn't be warm, because I was automatically just like, I love like room temperature, like fruit and stuff like that. Like, I love it. Like when I have like strawberries just like on the table, like I don't like putting them in the fridge, mainly because I only like eating them room temperature. I don't like, taking, or like people who put their oranges in the fridge. I like an orange that's room temperature. I don't know what it is. I just, that's me. I like room temperature fruit. So I was thinking that's what I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But then when you're just like, oh, you put a strawberry in the microwave, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm more normal than I think. No, but this person clearly has not ever had a really good pie.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I'm also immature.
What?
No, never mind.
You're also immature?
Yeah.
Sam.
Because I said this person definitely hasn't had a really good pie.
If it tasted like pie all the time, head would never be an issue for guys. Let's be real. And that's just my unpopular opinion. But head wouldn't be an issue if it tasted like pie all the time. But yeah, this person's way off basis. And I'm actually pretty happy that me and you we're on the same page on a lot of these. I thought we would, because
this is weird. This is weird.
And I like this food one, because I thought food is a great way where you want to talk about like things like comic books. So like people might argue about Marvel. People will argue about Star Wars, Harry Potter, video games, politics, whatever.
We don't talk about Disney anymore.
And Disney. But food can really, you can really segregate people into some weird shit. And that's where you get unpopular opinions. I find the best ones come with food. And that's why I'm going to keep this trend going with this next person. Again, off basis, says the only way to eat pancakes and waffles is without syrup. And I was like, to Canadians, that's a bold statement because pure Canadian maple syrup is fucking delicious. So I don't know.
Yes. I have had savory pancakes and savory waffles before that would be very, very weird with syrup.
Really?
Yes, I have. It was I had like this cheese and jalapeno waffle not too long ago, and like I can't imagine putting syrup on it. So I pretty much I just put butter on it. It was actually like lovely, but it was kind of like I just felt weird because I was like, I'm having a waffle, but there's no syrup, and like I don't want to put syrup on this, and it just made me feel uncomfortable.
Let's detour a little bit. And why were you having a jalapeno and cheddar? Because I agree with that particular combination. Butter would have that savory, not sweetness, but that savory contrast to help balance the spiciness of jalapenos and the sharpness of, I would assume, a sharp cheddar. But why? Why is that?
So the thing is that I was being served. So this was also this waffle was made with almond flour because it was a keto waffle because it's being served someone who does like is on keto. So I was being served that, and it was kind of like this is what I have instead. And I tried. I'm just like, it's good. Like it was good. I'm just like, but dude, I want my traditional waffles and syrup and things like that. But I'm not saying like, I mean, it is good, but I'm talking about a savory waffle or a savory pancake or something like that doesn't need the syrup. But if you're having just straight up pancakes or waffles or something, you gotta have the syrup. You have to.
And that's your opinion. I've never heard of a pancake like that. I think keto pancakes sound different. I'm not about that. I'm sure they're delicious, but hey, that's a good point. I can imagine there are things that like waffles and pancakes that might not need syrup, especially I know Americans tend to like the butter a bit, but I'm pure. I gotta have, and I love Aunt Jemima. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's your basic mass-produced, not artificial, but it's decent maple syrup. But oh my God, folks, if your country has maple syrup, I'm sure it's great. The real good stuff. You find a bottle from Canada, whether it's dark, amber, golden, holy shit, that is good stuff. And wow, I'm against you, Sam. That's we're not going to agree on that one then. You need syrup every time.
I was talking about a savory waffle, and you're the one.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, then you can't have an opinion on that.
Yeah, I can. I can say as of right now, from what I've tasted, syrup belongs on every waffle, every pancake.
Fine, put it on the cheddar cheese and jalapeno waffle, and just let's see.
Or I just won't eat that because that sounds like a travesty. Why the hell am I eating a jalapeno cheddar waffle?
Well, are you just assuming that it's bad?
No.
Making an assumption?
Yes, absolutely. Because that's a hypothesis.
I don't accept assumptions. I accept educated opinions.
Okay. Let's go. Let's do that. You know what, folks? Let's do this because both of me and Sam are research-based.
No, we are not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because
I thought you were going to turn it to something else.
No. It's not that stupid question.
Good.
But when it comes to a hypothesis, it is an educated guess. You're right. So I can say with the combinations I've had with jalapeno cheddars, such as cream cheeses, spreads, chip flavors, different things like that, they complement more of that salty base.
Savory.
Yes and no. So what I've known with what I've had with waffles and pancakes, that sweet fluffiness of deliciousness in the morning, and what I have jalapeno cheddar, they don't match up. So I would say my educated guess of what I'm accustomed to and what my taste buds like in the morning, because that's when I usually like having pancakes and waffles, morning and brunch. Jalapeno cheddar doesn't fit in there. And if it somehow does, it doesn't fit in the pancake waffle category, because to me, there are so many other better toppings, primarily fruits and other sweets like whipped cream and Cool Whip, or actually not Cool Whip, but whipped creams, that I would just say that most likely with my taste buds, an assumption, which is a hypothesis, I wouldn't like it. So suck it, Sam. There's science for you.
An assumption is actually a what's the word for it? It's a hypothetical or
a hypothesis is what you're trying to say.
I am. Yes. Fuck off. No. So this is your hypothesis. You think that your hypothesis is actually a statement. It's not a question. So you have a question, and your hypothesis is actually the statement. It's I believe that, or I don't like jalapeno cheddar waffles. Just that's. Yeah. And you're going with the notion that you have had other jalapeno and cheddar, and you are making this assumption based on that. But what comes after an assumption? What comes after a
kick in the ass for you?
What comes after a hypothesis? Experimentation. So
no,
you have to try it.
No,
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Sam, if you just experiment without developing a methodology and how you're going to go about it, but yeah, experimentation.
I'm just like, okay, fine. Come up with your method and your, materials and stuff like that. Just give me your method and materials, and then we'll go with experimentation.
Fine, Sam. Guess what? Jalapeno cheddar conversations are now on the list with Disney. We're never talking about them yet. Way to go.
Because you don't want to do the experimentation. Got it. So Sam was right. Got it. Okay.
All right. Next awful thing. And you know what? Let's do it in 3 seconds. Are you ready?
Fine.
This person said chocolate is gross. They're fucking wrong.
Fuck off. Yep. Next. Let's just go.
Done.
Not doing it.
This one made me laugh. Mushrooms are the work of the devil and should stay in the ground. I was like,
fuck off.
You're wrong.
Mushrooms are delicious. Yep.
It's the work of the devil.
The only thing though, I can't do mushrooms on pizza. I don't know why. I love mushrooms. I love pizza. I can't do mushrooms on pizza. It's weird. I know it's weird. Okay. I know it's weird, but I can't.
That's fine.
I just can't. Yeah.
I'll let you have that.
Thank you. I would thought for sure. I'm just like, here we go.
No, there's no point. Because we got plenty more.
Kids, there's no point. You're so broken, Sam. We're not going to get into this.
No, the jalapeno cheddar was a bad detour. It set me up for the future to just not get the shit. So the next one that someone had made me kind of laugh. Watermelon has absolutely no flavor. It's like biting into mushy water.
I can see that. I'm not a watermelon fan either. So,
have you ever had watermelon flavoring?
I have.
They had to get that shit from somewhere. They didn't just look at the fruit and be like, this is what we hypothesize it should or probably will taste like.
Is that what it's supposed to sound like?
No, just in general to anybody who has that thing. Watermelons have flavor, kids. Let's not kid ourselves. You need a nice, ripe, sweet one. Fucking right, it has a flavor. But I get the mushy water, and that's definitely the texture of it. There's no friggin' denying that one bit. But there's flavor, kids. Come on. What do we do?
There is, and I think with watermelon flavoring, it's a concentration of the water, like of watermelon. So like it is a very, very subtle flavor for watermelon. So if you like watermelon flavoring, but you don't like watermelon, it's because you're not getting that intense flavor.
Sure.
I believe, again, opinion. We're talking about opinions. So
it's all our unpopular opinions.
That's all we're doing.
Yep. That person's an idiot.
The person.
This person, I feel, I know what they're talking about. I'm with them. I hate avocados, but I love guacamole. It's like, yep.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Nope. Love them both.
I agree with them, but it's not based on avocados because guacamole has the onions and other things in it which make it delicious. Because I don't like avocados. I think they're not tasteless mush, but they're bland mush. I don't care about them. But I'm saying I hate avocados, love guac.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, we're talking about food, and food is all opinion based. It's all about, I like this, and because I like this, you like this, but you don't like this. Like it's all about your taste buds are actually your opinion in this.
Oh, so you're saying we're all different?
Yeah.
All right, Sam. Then I got one that could break that.
Perfect.
French fries and cereal are only good when they're soggy. Yeah. Tell me that's just their opinion of their taste buds. No, that person's a serial killer.
That person's a serial killer because that's not about taste. That's about consistency, and that is a very, very poor consistency.
I just look at this again. I'm just like, why? Why would someone think that?
That person needs a hug. I feel like they need a hug so that they don't blow everything up.
No, for sure they need a hug. They need to be just patted on the back saying you're doing good. Because all I can picture is day-old fries that have been microwaved again to reheat, that soggy, crappy flavor. And it's like
the ones that taste like sawdust.
Oh, and even cereal. No one can look me in the eye and say the last like 3 to 4 bites in your bowl is like a large share with a good amount of milk is the best.
I find I like it when like I don't eat cereal like very much. Like I don't have cereal in my house and stuff like that. But the times that I do, it has to have like the milk has to kind of soften it a little bit. I like it with a good crunch still. But once it gets too, it's just like, gross.
Yep. I'm with you. So switching gears, getting off food. So I thought, let's just get into some other good stuff. This person just went off the handles. They say musicals are just awful. All that bursting into spontaneous song will not bring about world peace or save humanity. And I was like, wow, you were right on your first statement. Most musicals are bad. I don't like musicals.
Not a big fan.
What made you think musicals are to save humanity?
Yeah, who's putting on a musical to be like, I will save the world by playing this?
Oh my God. Like, I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, no. Do you think Cats was to save humanity?
Although, to be honest, most Disney movies are musicals. And we all love a good Disney movie.
We love them, but like I'm going to go back and read this. It's not going to bring about world peace and save humanity.
You don't know that. You don't know what Aladdin's been through.
True, but Aladdin, Lion King, Frozen, Moana, all that shit wasn't bring to world peace.
Okay, we're
that's not their job.
We're now getting too close to the Disney conversation. So we should probably move on.
Sure, we'll move on because this one got me. We know a lot of guys that like to play music. We know people who are very talented with it. This person said, being able to play a song does not impress me. Being able to write a song does. And I thought to myself on this one, Sam, so I'm going to add to this because I disagree with them. Like my unpopular opinion around this, I equate songwriting to just writing a poem. And this is where I'm going to get technical with it. So I'm not saying, just any old poem is a song. Or sorry, is a good song. Because realistically, anybody who can write poetry can write a song. Is it going to be good? Is it going to work out? Probably not. No one's probably going to sing it, put it on the radio. But this is where I equate when I listen to some classic 80s and 90s rock bands, and even the older guys, when I listen to those guitar solos, when I listen to some of the metal vocalists, metal drummers with the double kicks, and just how fast they can go and keep the tempo and the beats, I look at even Rush is a great example. Listen to Rush on some of their albums. One of their songs, 2112, I believe, was something stupid, like 19 or 20 minutes long. But one of the songs was stupidly long. And it just shows the stamina, the technique, everything that some musicians have. Mm-hmm. So I thought I didn't agree with this one bit. I was like, I listen to pop songs, and even just I'll throw Kiss under the bus. I want to, I'll shake y'all. I want to party all night long and, want to rock and roll all night and that song, fucking party every day. They say that that chorus multiple times. Same with the Police when it comes to Message in a Bottle
and Roxanne
by
the Police as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you have those kind of songs where they just repeat the same shit over and over again. Well, they're great songs. They're classics. But I feel like the skill to write them versus Gene Simmons strumming them out or Sting singing them is on the opposite of what this guy's saying. So give it to me, Dan.
Okay. So you were just saying about Message in a Bottle and Roxanne and stuff like that you still think that they are classics.
Or sorry, SOS.
Oh, SOS, yes.
I fucked up.
So the thing is, they are, but I don't know why. I really don't know why. I honestly think it's because of who was singing them at the time. They were already popular, and that's why it's like, oh, this is, whatever. This is by the Police, or this is by, by Kiss or something like that, and this is why we like it so much. But songs like that really do aggravate me. Like even now, like even present day right now, there are certain songs that are on the radio that literally they just repeat the same thing over and over again. I'm just like, this is not songwriting. This isn't songwriting. And who are you trying to hypnotize? Like, I really don't like it at all. So I kind of agree and disagree with this person with their unpopular opinion. I think anyone can literally write a song. It's whether or not it's an impressive song. So yeah. And the same, but the thing is about singing though. Some people are born just being able to sing, just absolutely can just sing. They can just belt out. They can, hold pitch. They can do whatever and stuff like that. And that's impressive, but you didn't actually work for that. You didn't actually earn it. There are some people who weren't, but they had potential and they worked at it until they could do it. And I remember this because I like watching the Graham Norton show, and Ed Sheeran was actually on it, and he played a clip, a recording of him singing before he got famous, like when he was like younger and stuff, and it was horrible. And he was just
really?
And then yeah, honestly. And then he worked with vocal coaches and stuff, and now he's a megastar. So yeah, okay. It can happen, like where you don't have to the person who says that, like, I'm not impressed with someone who's singing, it's like, but if you don't know their backstory, you can't really judge them on it.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can judge on face value for sure. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think you see a lot of comments about not even just musicians. You also get athletes and different things where people could just be like, oh, are you on their level? You can't say that. Like, no, but we can make the comments and the judgments looking at a collective of what those superstars are like on that level. So we can take it and be like, well, your voice, man, is just not there. Because at that point, I don't care where you came from, because I'm listening to the superstar right now. Because that would be a weird comparison to be like, I'm comparing the megastar right now, but no, his journey makes him a better singer. No, absolutely not. Because you could have a heartfelt story, like some of the worst shit you come and overcame it. Mm-hmm. You're not a better singer because of that story. And in retrospect, I'm going to judge you of what your talent is right now, but that makes you a better person. That shows the adversities you come over, and it talks to you as a person, like I said, but not as a singer. So in that case, I'll disagree with you on that. No, don't care what your past is like. Who gives a shit? But.
Yeah, I actually do agree with what you're saying. Yeah, on face value, if you don't know the person's backstory, then I can see how it wouldn't impress you as much, because it's something that you just automatically assume. It's just like you're just you can just sing, Yeah. But some people do actually work at it, and that's impressive, I find.
Sure. And that way we can make a comparison, being like, yeah, you've come a long way. You are a phenomenal singer compared to what you once were. So you could see that gradual slope going up, saying now you're a star. Now you're at top level. But now let's bring that bracket to stardom. Let's look at all the top singers in the world. And now we're judging you in that bracket. We don't care where you came from, what minor league, bush leagues you were a part of. Now you're in the big leagues, kid. And you're put on the pedestals of every other top guy. That's why some people will say Ed Sheeran sucks. Bieber sucks. Michael Jackson sucks. Celine Dion sucks. Mariah Carey sucks. I think as people and their genres, I think most of them all suck. For sure, but I'm not going to just say they're talentless. No, that's insane. They're some of the best singers. I just hate their shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I hate Celine Dion shit though. She's kind of like our national treasure.
Yes and no. She's been playing in Vegas for like God knows how long, to the point I think people forget she's Canadian.
Yeah, that's true. Same with Bieber.
No, he's not one of us. We gave him up in that hockey game when it was Canada versus the States.
It's true.
It was playing to whoever calls him their singer, and we won. We got rid of him.
Perfect. I didn't realize that, but sure, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it was. I think the bet came from I think the real one. It was Obama and Trudeau. They were betting a case of beer, Canada beer versus American beer, on the game, and I can't remember what game it was. And I'm kicking myself for it. If it was World Juniors, if it was an Olympics or some championship, but it was Canada versus the States. And I remember that they were joking about it. And I was like, that's funny. And people started make the friggin' joke saying, do it for Bieber. Whoever loses gets them. I was like, yep, piss off. Mm-hmm. But to maybe wrap it up before we get to our final stuff, and we touched on it. So this person's unpopular opinion, but I agree with, I think most people would. The best songs are the ones no one else knows about. So even to take it, some of the best bands are some of the people that have not been found yet or are not heard about a lot. They're not on mainstream. And I can't agree more.
That's true. I mean, there are certain... Yeah, I can see that when, like, you know, no one really knows about it and stuff. And it kind of feels like it's like, ooh, this is just ours. You know, like this is just what we... Yeah, I get that. But there are certain songs that everyone knows that's kind of like they're catchy, but not like repeating themselves like constantly because that's stupid. But yeah. I don't know. I agree and disagree, you know?
Look at the words you use. They're catchy. So, great. Pop songs should be catchy. That's their job. They're to hook you in.
That's why they're called popular songs. That's what pop stands for.
True. And you know what? Everybody needs a good hook with their songs. But this is where I find some of the other people who you don't know about. And that's where I started to get into. I started to get into alternative rock bands that people might not hear of. And I look at some of the big guys, I'm like, fuck them. And even just some YouTube stars and all that. One that comes to mind, and I know he's got a big growing fan base, is Jonathan Young. I think he's phenomenal. And some of the covers he does, I'm just like, you blow the fucking originals out of the water. And yeah, I should have been prepared for that one. Actually gave you guys bands, be like, hey, here's some no-name guys, or kind of mediocre guys. But yeah, that's what I believe. I find like if I think of a megastar, like let's go with Drake. Drake is a fucking megastar in music. I won't deny that. I mean, his record sales and his popularity on all social media speak for itself. But I don't care. I don't think you're that good. That's something where you have catchy ass songs that are auto-tuned, blah, blah, blah. I can piss off so many Drake fans and just that whole genre of fans in general. But I'm just going to stick with, I agree with that unpopular opinion. I feel the more no-name people and the smaller time stars are better. Just like small time streamers on Twitch, small time podcasters that you can find on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Yeah, like us, fuck. I find that you get just as much from us small timers on across every single thing. Like I said, podcasters, streamers, musicians, comedians, magicians, everything compared to the fucking high end people.
It's very true. Yeah. I remember when the Arkells and when Grandson, when they were like lesser known, and it just, it kind of felt like it was like our little secret. It's just like, ooh, like I feel like I'm the only person that knows about these, even though I wasn't. I was kind of, but yeah, it was nice. And now they're getting popular, and it makes me feel proud, you know, like I hope that they keep the quality of music that they have. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like it's not our little secret anymore. It's out there and people are loving it. And yeah, I'm proud of you guys and how things are going, but just please keep to being who you are. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, very true. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Sam, that's just a couple of unpopular opinions we have. I hope everybody enjoyed them. I would that's going to be future episodes where I would like to keep doing these and have more guests on and just get everybody else unpopular opinion. Like, I know when Mikes and Beers started, we had a lot of buddies on. Some people who were trying to make splashes into their own media ways, whether it was for streaming, like we had Dark Runner, one of our buddies on. We had Prog Rocker, who was trying to do all that kind of stuff. If Sam would know the history of Mikes and Beers, she wasn't quite yet there.
I was episode 8. I remember I was episode 8. Please don't watch that episode. Or actually do. I don't really care, but it's out there.
8. Really? You were episode 8?
Yeah, I was 8.
Fuck. We didn't have many guests then. But we had some guys, and like we had our producer, Brandon Bowden. Like, he's awesome guy. He's doing his own voiceover work and stuff. So it'd be like to have some of those previous guys. Like, we have some other buddies who have made a splash. Like one of our friends, Breezy. He's a part of the Nuke Duo. Check him out on Facebook. Mm-hmm. He just a great bar band here in the Durham region of Ontario, Canada. And just other guys. I've got to meet some fantastic podcasts people over Twitter and Instagram. You know, I think
you just did a podcast with.
Yep. Just Lazy Podcast. Our buddy Justin Aldred, he's a phenomenal guy. If you guys get the chance to check him out, I would. He does a group to a group. It's not some boy band. He does a channel called Boy Stick.
He's a boy band. Yeah, definitely a boy band.
No, he does Boy Stick, Honestly Lazy Podcast. I was very happy to go join him. And I think we'll be seeing that at Mike's and Beers more. Whether or not we have more guests, but we want to get out there more. We want to entertain you guys.
Yeah.
We got a lot to offer.
Yeah, we're all getting vaccinated now, so it'll be a lot safer for us all to kind of get together. And hopefully me and you can actually do a podcast together at some point or another. That would be, I think that would be nice, even though I think that we'd probably kill each other. But let's see if we can, get the views for our wrestling match.
Yeah, really. It's just we're just gonna stream us fighting. We would do the podcast, both of us in the frame and stuff like that, and then we just like turn to you and just be like, Disney, and then just match.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So you can watch that on YouTube, our wrestling match, and for our future episodes. If you want to watch any of our past ones, obviously, like we said, YouTube, so you can watch us live. Also, we're on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. Check us out. You can find our stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all under Mikes and Beers. If you need to find myself, I'm under CraftWoody on Twitter. Sam, I believe you have different ones. Yeah, for Instagram and Twitter, you're your own friggin' thing.
You'll find me.
But hit us up, guys. We always appreciate the comments, likes, and subscribes. And Sam, any final closing comments?
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us how we did. Tell us how much you hate us. We don't care. We just want comments and views. That'd be lovely.
I gave you the mic to give a nice final closing comment, and you just copy me. That's cool.
Yep. That's how
Gave you an opportunity, kid, and you blew it. I'm sick of it.
What do you want me to say?
I'm getting guests. I'm going to get 2 guests on next time. You're out.
Should I just do that?
And check out our OnlyFans as Sam lifts over top.
There we go. Yeah, we keep ripping this guy. There's another one.
Kids, if you subscribe and actually we get a shit ton more, that might be a possibility. Sam is not going to ignore getting paid to show cleavage.
Don't think anyone would want to OnlyFans. The OnlyFans. So for our OnlyFans, we're just gonna upsell me, and then it's actually gonna be TJ.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what's
just a big hairy chest.
It'd be great.
But as always, guys, we appreciate you coming in and joining us. Sam, always appreciate getting to have a beer with you and chat with you. Yeah. We'll see you next time for episode insert number.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But
yes. All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care.